Spanish flu killed 50 million people worldwide. But during those deadly months, something remarkable happened. Families created food so simple that sick parents could prepare them from bed, so nourishing that they fought fever and weakness, so genius that we forgot them the moment the pandemic ended. Families created food so simple that sick parents could prepare them from bed, so nourishing that they fought fever and weakness, so genius that we forgot them the moment the pandemic ended. It's October 1918. Your mother's burning with fever. Your father can barely stand. Your siblings are coughing blood. Nobody's coming to help because everyone's sick. How do you feed your family when you're too weak to cook? You innovate. These weren't gourmet meals. These were survival foods born from desperation, designed by people too sick to stand, but too determined to let their families starve. Doctors documented these recipes. Nurses shared these methods. Today, I'm taking you back, when cooking wasn't about taste. It was about staying alive until tomorrow. Stay with me. These 21 forgotten foods tell the Spanish flu's real survival story. Number 1. Milk toast. When fever made everything taste like metal and throats hurt too much to swallow, one food kept children alive through the worst nights. Gentle sustenance emerged from the simplest ingredients. Milk toast provided calories and hydration when nothing else would stay down during raging fevers. 1918, when hospitals overflowed and home nursing became only option. Mothers needed food sick children could actually swallow. Soft texture meaning survival through critical hours. Mary Sullivan fed milk toast to 3 fevered children. Philadelphia, October 1918. All 3 coughing blood, refusing solid food. Milk toast accepting what stomachs rejected. Toast bread lightly, place in bowl. Heat milk with butter and sugar. Pour over toast until soggy. Spoon feed to patients too weak to chew. During peak mortality weeks, milk toast sustained families through fever crises. Bland enough for sensitive stomachs. Nutritious enough to maintain strength. Simple enough for sick parents to prepare. Warm milk soaking into soft bread. Sweet comfort that didn't trigger nausea. Children accepting spoonfuls when everything else came back up. Sullivan's 3 children survived, while neighbors buried 5. Milk toast spreading family to family. Whispered recipe traveling faster than the virus itself. Every spoonful carried message. Simplicity saves lives when complexity fails. Gentle food heals gentle enough to accept. Survival swallows 1 spoonful at a time. Number 2. Beef tea doctors called it liquid strength. Families called it miracle broth. When patients were too weak to eat solid food, this concentrated essence kept their hearts beating. Liquid protein rescued patients from starvation's edge. Beef tea concentrated meat's essence into sippable form when chewing became impossible during extreme weakness. When entire families collapsed within hours. Patients needed protein, but couldn't manage solid food. Beef tea meaning difference between survival and surrender. Dr. Thomas Chon prescribed beef tea in San Francisco Chinatown. November 1918. Whole families too weak to stand. Beef essence providing crucial protein. Chop lean beef fine, soak in cold water for hours. Slowly heat, strain liquid. Salt lightly. Serve warm in teacups every 2 hours. During respiratory distress, beef tea maintains strength without taxing digestion. Clear liquid meaning easy swallowing. Concentrated protein meaning sustained energy through crisis days. Dark amber liquid holding life force. Savory essence sliding down ravaged throats. Protein maintaining heartbeat when solid food would have killed. Chun's patients showed higher survival rates. Beef tea protocol spreading through medical networks. Liquid nutrition becoming standard pandemic treatment. Every sip carried message. Protein survives translation to liquid. Strength flows in broth form. Survival drinks essence of life itself. Number 3. Rice water. When diarrhea and vomiting accompanied the flu, this ancient remedy prevented the dehydration that killed more patients than the virus itself. Hydration salvation emerged from simple grain. Rice water replaced lost fluids while coating irritated digestive systems ravaged by influenza complications. When dehydration killed faster than pneumonia, families needed hydration method that wouldn't trigger more vomiting. Rice water staying down when plain water wouldn't. Mrs. Helen Kowalski saved her family with rice water. Detroit, December 1918. 5 family members with violent flu symptoms. Water making them vomit worse. Boil rice in extra water until very soft. Strain liquid, save cloudy water. Add pinch of salt, tiny bit of sugar. Serve lukewarm, 1 spoonful at a time. During vomiting crises, rice water provided electrolytes without overwhelming stomachs. Gentle starch coating digestive tract. Minerals replacing what illness stole. Cloudy white liquid holding invisible salvation. Bland taste accepting tortured stomachs. Sips becoming swallows, becoming survival. Kowalski's entire family survived, while 3 neighboring families lost children. Rice water method spreading through immigrant communities. Ancient wisdom meeting modern crisis. Every sip carried message. Hydration conquers where medicine fails. Gentleness succeeds where force triggers rejection. Survival sips slowly through crisis. Number 4. Onion syrup. Folk medicine became life-saving treatment when hospitals ran out of cough suppressants and patients coughed until they broke ribs or hemorrhaged internally. Homemade cough medicine emerged from kitchen staples. Onion syrup suppressed violent coughing fits that ruptured blood vessels and prevented desperate sleep. 1918, when coughing fits killed through exhaustion and internal bleeding, pharmacies emptied of remedies. Onion's natural compounds providing relief modern medicine couldn't deliver. Agnes Mueller made onion syrup in rural Oklahoma. November 1918. Husband coughing blood. Children's ribs cracking from cough violence. Desperation creating remedy. Slice onions thin. Layer with sugar in jar. Let sit overnight until liquid forms. Strain syrup. Administer 1 spoonful every few hours. During coughing epidemics, onion syrup allowed crucial sleep. Natural compounds suppressing cough reflex. Sweet syrup coating irritated throats. Patients sleeping instead of coughing themselves to death. Golden liquid smelling sharp but tasting sweet. Burn of onion mixing with sugar's comfort. Coughs quieting for blessed hours of rest. Muller's family survived intact. Onion syrup recipes spreading through farming communities. Kitchen remedy proving more effective than pharmacy's empty shelves. Every spoonful carried message. Nature provides what stores cannot. Sleep heals what wakefulness destroys. Survival rests in cough's absence. Number 5. Barley gruel. When stomachs couldn't handle anything substantial, this ancient invalid food provided calories without triggering the nausea that led to starvation during prolonged illness. Digestible calories arrived in ancient form. Barley gruel offered sustenance to stomachs too disturbed for regular food during weeks-long influenza battles. When influenza lasted weeks, not days, patients needed nutrition that wouldn't trigger vomiting. Barley's gentle nature, meaning sustained feeding through long recovery. Rose Palmer cooked barley gruel in Garden City, Kansas. October 1918. Mother sick 3 weeks, losing dangerous weight. Barley staying down when everything else returned. Cook barley in excess water until very soft. Mash smooth, thin with milk if available. Sweeten lightly with honey or sugar. Serve warm in small portions. During prolonged illness, barley gruel prevented starvation. Easily digested carbohydrates maintaining energy. Bland flavor not triggering nausea. Patients accepting nutrition their bodies desperately needed. Beige paste looking unappetizing but life-sustaining. smooth texture sliding past damaged throats, calories accumulating toward recovery. Palmer's mother survived, while others starved from inability to keep food down. Barley gruel spreading through nurse networks. Invalid food proving pandemic essential. Every spoonful carried message. Blandness becomes virtue in crisis. Digestion accepts what taste would reject. Survival swallows unappealing nutrition. Number 6. Chicken broth with egg. When protein deficiency threatened recovering patients, resourceful families discovered how to sneak raw eggs into broth without triggering the texture revulsion that made patients refuse food. Protein fortification happened through clever technique. Beaten egg whisked into hot broth provided crucial nutrients without the texture that made weakened patients gag. When recovery required protein, but texture aversion was common. Patients needed nutrition their damaged senses would accept. Egg-enriched broth meaning difference between recovery and relapse. Dr. William Hayes fortified broths in Boston hospitals. November 1918. Recovering patients refusing solid protein. Hidden eggs providing nutrition they wouldn't consciously reject. Heat chicken broth until very hot. Beat raw egg thoroughly. Slowly drizzle egg into hot broth while stirring constantly. Creates protein-rich soup without chunks. During recovery phase, egg drop broth rebuilt strength. Protein accepting by digestive systems too weak for meat. Liquid form meaning easy consumption. Patients gaining strength without realizing why. Golden broth with wispy egg threads. Savory warmth masking additional nutrition. Patients drinking more because it tasted like simple broth. Hayes's patients showed faster recovery rates. Egg fortification method spreading through medical networks. Nutritional deception saving lives through protein delivery. Every sip carried message. Sometimes patients need protection from their own aversions. Nutrition works even when unrecognized. Survival drinks fortified hope. Number 7. Honey lemon water. Before antibiotics, before antivirals, this simple mixture kept airways moist and provided vitamin C that meant the difference between pneumonia and survival. Hydration with healing properties flowed from 2 ingredients. Honey lemon water soothed throats while delivering vitamins and antibacterial properties that fought secondary infections. When secondary bacterial pneumonia killed more than the virus itself, patients needed throat soothing and vitamin C simultaneously. Honey's antimicrobial properties providing protection modern antibiotics would later offer. Margaret Kelly mixed honey lemon water in Philadelphia, October 1918. Entire family with ravaged throats refusing plain water. Sweet-tart combination accepting when water wasn't. Mix fresh lemon juice with honey in warm water. Stir until honey dissolves. Serve at comfortable temperature. Encourage sipping constantly throughout day. During throat crisis, honey lemon water kept airways moist. Honey coating damaged tissue. Lemon providing crucial vitamin C constant hydration preventing the pneumonia that killed millions. Golden liquid tasting like sunshine. Sweet tart balance encouraging more drinking. Throats healing with every swallow. Kelly's family survived while neighbors lost multiple members. Honey lemon protocol spreading through tenement communities. Simple mixture proving more valuable than expensive medicines. Every sip carried message. Moisture prevents pneumonia's foothold. Vitamin C strengthens what virus weakens. Survival sips constantly through crisis. Number 8. Oatmeal water. When commercial medicines ran out and patients needed anything to bring down deadly fevers, desperate families discovered that oatmeal's starchy water actually worked. Fever reduction emerged from breakfast grain. Oatmeal water provided hydration with natural compounds that helped regulate dangerous body temperatures. 1918, when aspirin supplies exhausted and fevers killed through brain damage. Families needed fever management from household staples. Oatmeal water proving surprisingly effective. Sarah Thompson cooled fevers with oatmeal water in Chicago. November 19, 18. Children's temperatures reaching dangerous 105 degrees. Aspirin stores sold out. Drugstores closed. Boil oatmeal in extra water until very soft. Strain liquid, discard oats. Add pinch of salt. Serve cool, not cold. Encourage drinking every hour. During fever peaks, oatmeal water helped regulate temperature. Minerals supporting body's cooling systems. Hydration preventing dehydration's temperature spike. Patient's fevers breaking instead of rising to fatal levels. Cloudy beige liquid looking unimpressive, but working mysteriously. Cool temperature lowering body heat. Minerals supporting desperate bodies. Thompson's children survived high fevers that killed others. Oatmeal water spreading through nursing networks. Grain water proving medical value. Every sip carried message. Plants hold properties we don't fully understand. Temperature control saves brain function. Survival drinks humble oat water. Number 9. Bread soaked in milk. When chewing became impossible and swallowing barely possible, this nursery food kept both children and adults alive through the weakness that preceded either recovery or death. Softened sustenance rescued those too weak for normal eating. Bread soaked in milk provided calories and protein in form that required almost no effort to consume. When extreme weakness made eating exhausting, patients needed nutrition that didn't require chewing strength they didn't possess. Milk-soaked bread, meaning calories without exhaustion. Anna Novak fed milk bread to bedridden family. Cleveland, December 19, 18. Father too weak to chew. Children barely swallowing. Soft food meaning survival through critical weakness. Tear bread into chunks. Place in bowl. Pour warm milk over bread until thoroughly soaked. Mash with fork until very soft. Spoon feed gently. During extreme weakness, milk bread provided essential nutrition. No chewing required. Soft texture sliding down easily. Calories and protein maintaining life when solid food was impossible. White bread dissolving into milk. Creamy consistency requiring minimal swallowing effort. Nutrition delivered despite near-total weakness. Novak's family survived weakness period that killed stronger neighbors. Milk bread method spreading through immigrant communities. Nursery food saving adults and children alike. Every bite carried message. Survival sometimes requires returning to infant feeding. Softness conquers where texture defeats. Life continues through mush. Number 10. Potato soup thinned to broth. When food supplies ran low, but stomachs demanded something substantial, resourceful families discovered how to make one potato feed 8 people through strategic thinning. Volume multiplication fed large families from small supplies. Thinned potato soup provided warmth and minimal calories when grocery stores closed and food became scarce. When pandemic shut down supply chains, families needed to multiply limited food stores. Thinning technique, meaning everyone ate something instead of some eating nothing. Alice Crawford stretched potatoes in rural Colorado. November 19, 18. 3 potatoes, family of 7, stores closed for quarantine. Strategic thinning meaning universal portions. Boil potatoes until very soft. Mash completely. Add water gradually until soup consistency. Season with salt, any available fat. Serve in bowls that look full. During quarantining, thinned soup prevented starvation psychology. Everyone receiving bowl, meaning morale maintenance. Warm liquid meaning comfort, despite minimal nutrition. Family staying together through crisis. Few potatoes becoming many bowls. Thin soup looking more substantial than it was. Psychological comfort from shared meal. Crawford's family maintained hope while isolated neighbors despaired. Thinning method spreading through quarantine communities. Multiplication through dilution saving family unity. Every bowl carried message. Sometimes perception matters as much as nutrition. Sharing thin soup beats hoarding thick. Survival multiplies through division. Number 11. Molasses tea. When sugar supplies ran out and patients needed energy for healing, this bittersweet drink provided quick calories that kept exhausted bodies from surrendering to the virus. Quick energy arrived in dark syrup form. Molasses tea delivered concentrated calories and minerals when refined sugar disappeared and bodies needed fuel. 1918, when sugar rationing continued from WWI, patients needed energy, but stores had no sugar. Molasses providing iron and calories that fought anemia and exhaustion. Helen Wright brewed molasses tea in Kansas. December 1918. Children weak from illness. Sugar supplies exhausted. Molasses offering nutrition white sugar couldn't. Stir molasses into hot water until dissolved. Add lemon if available. Serve warm. Encourage drinking multiple cups daily for energy. During recovery, molasses tea provided minerals and calories. Iron combating anemia from illness. Quick energy supporting healing. Bittersweet taste acceptable when alternatives didn't exist. Dark liquid steaming with mineral-rich sweetness. Iron content rebuilding blood. Calories fueling exhausted systems toward recovery. Wright's children recovered strength faster than expected. Molasses tea protocol spreading through farming communities. Dark syrup proving superior to absent white sugar. Every cup carried message. Sometimes darker options offer more nutrition. Iron rebuilds what illness destroys. Survival drinks concentrated minerals. Number 12. Toast water. When even broth seemed too heavy for ravaged digestive systems, this nearly invisible food kept patients hydrated during the critical hours when every sip meant the difference between life and death. Minimal sustenance from burnt bread. Toast water provided flavor and minimal calories when stomachs couldn't handle anything more substantial during acute illness. When nausea made feeding nearly impossible, patients needed anything their stomachs would accept. Toast water offering psychological comfort of taste without digestive burden. Dr. Margaret O'Brien prescribed toast water in Manhattan hospitals. October 1918. Patients vomiting everything, risking dehydration death. Toast water staying down when water alone wouldn't. Toast bread until very dark, almost burnt. Place in pitcher of water, let steep, strain. Serve cool with tiny bit of sugar if available. During acute nausea, toast water provided hydration with hint of flavor. Minimal content meaning stomachs accepted it. Slight taste encouraging more drinking than plain water managed. Pale brown liquid barely tasting like anything. Subtle flavor making hydration slightly more acceptable. Patients sipping when they'd refuse plain water. O'Brien's patients showed better hydration rates. Toast water spreading through nursing protocols. Burnt bread saving lives through psychological acceptance. Every sip carried message. Sometimes less truly is more. Psychology trumps nutrition in crisis. Survival sips barely flavored water. Number 13. Soft boiled egg. When protein was essential, but chewing was impossible, this perfectly timed egg provided complete nutrition in the only texture that ravaged throats could manage. Complete protein in gentle form. Soft boiled eggs delivered essential amino acids and vitamins in texture that didn't require chewing or cause pain. When throat damage made eating agony, patients needed complete nutrition in swallowable form. Perfectly soft eggs meaning protein without pain. Rose Martinez fed soft eggs to throat-damaged patients. Los Angeles, November 1918. Husband and children with damaged throats from violent coughing. Soft eggs sliding down painlessly. Boil eggs exactly 6 minutes for soft-set whites and runny yolks. Serve in cup. Eat with spoon. No chewing required. Complete protein in gentle package. During throat crisis, soft eggs provided crucial complete protein. Texture causing no pain. All essential amino acids supporting healing. Patients eating adequate protein despite throat damage. Golden yolk and barely set white. Creamy texture requiring no chewing. Protein sliding down damaged throats without triggering pain. Martinez family maintained protein intake while others couldn't eat. Soft egg timing spreading through Mexican-American communities. Perfect texture saving nutrition during pain crisis. Every egg carried message. Texture determines edibility during crisis. Complete protein exists in gentle form. Survival swallows golden nutrition. Number 14. Cornmeal mush thinned. When cornmeal ran low, but families needed something warm and filling, thinning techniques stretched pennies worth of grain into meals that kept children from crying with hunger. Grain stretching fed families through economic collapse. Thinned cornmeal mush provided warmth and minimal calories when pandemic unemployment left families desperate. 1918, when pandemic shut down factories and income disappeared. Families needed food without money to buy it. Cornmeal stretching, meaning survival through economic crisis, accompanying medical crisis. Betty Johnson thinned cornmeal in Alabama. December 1918. Husband too sick to work. No income for weeks. Cornmeal stores dwindling. Children hungry. Cook cornmeal with extra water until thin porridge. Add salt, any available fat or sweetener. Serve hot in bowls. Fills stomach if not nutritional needs. During economic collapse, thinned mush prevented starvation. Warm food meaning psychological comfort. Full bellies meaning children stopped crying. Families staying together through double crisis. Yellow liquid steaming with minimal substance. Warm comfort despite thin nutrition. Children accepting bowls that looked full. Johnson's family survived economic and medical crisis. Thinning methods spreading through poverty-stricken communities. Illusion of plenty maintaining hope through scarcity. Every bowl carried message. Hunger is partly psychological. Warm liquid comforts beyond nutrition. Survival stretches grain through water. Number 15. Sugar water. When nothing else would stay down and dehydration threatened immediate death. This emergency mixture kept hearts beating until stomachs recovered enough to accept real food. Emergency hydration with quick energy. Sugar water provided calories and fluid replacement when stomachs rejected everything else during critical dehydration. When dehydration killed within hours. Medical personnel needed last resort hydration method. Sugar water offering calories and electrolytes in simplest possible form. Nurse Catherine Wright administered sugar water in Montana hospitals. November 1918. Patients near death from dehydration, refusing all other liquids. Sugar water representing final attempt. Dissolved sugar in lukewarm water. Add tiny pinch of salt. Administer 1 teaspoonful at a time. Wait between spoonfuls. Gradually increase if patient tolerates. During dehydration crisis, sugar water rescued patients from death's edge. Quick energy supporting heart function. Minimal electrolytes preventing total collapse. Teaspoonful method allowing gradual rehydration. Clear liquid holding invisible salvation. Sweet taste encouraging acceptance. Spoonfuls accumulating toward survival. Wright's sugar water protocol saved patients given up for dead. Method spreading through overwhelmed medical system. Simplest solution proving most effective in extremis. Every teaspoonful carried message. Sometimes only simplest solution works. Sugar provides emergency energy. Survival sips 1 spoonful at a time. Number 16. Apple water. When vitamin C meant the difference between pneumonia and survival, but fresh fruit was impossible to find, boiled apple peels provided just enough to tip the scales toward life. Vitamin rescue from kitchen scraps. Apple water extracted crucial vitamin C from peels that would normally be discarded during pandemic fruit shortages. When fresh fruit became luxury during quarantine, families needed vitamin C to prevent pneumonia. Apple peels offering vitamins normally thrown away. Martha Washington saved apple peels in Atlanta. October 19, 18. Fresh apples too expensive. Family needing vitamin C saved peels, creating vitamin water. Save apple peels in water. Boil thoroughly. Strain liquid. Add honey or sugar if available. Serve warm or cool. During vitamin C crisis, apple water prevented scurvy and pneumonia. Saved peels meaning no waste. Boiling extracting vitamins that remained in skins. Patients getting nutrition from scraps. Pale pink liquid holding concentrated vitamins. Mild apple flavor making water more acceptable. Peels providing nutrition usually discarded. Washington's family avoided pneumonia while neighbors developed it. Apple water spreading through frugal communities. Waste prevention becoming life preservation. Every sip carried message. Nutrition hides in discarded parts. Boiling extracts what's invisible. Survival drinks from peels. Number 17. Weak tea with honey. When caffeine was dangerous for fevered hearts, but patients craved something warm and familiar, this diluted comfort drink provided psychological healing that medicine couldn't touch. Diluted comfort supported psychological survival. Weak tea with honey offered familiarity and throat coating without caffeine's dangers during fever. 1918, when psychological collapse accompanied physical illness. Patients needed familiar comfort without stimulants. Weak tea providing emotional support through crisis. Dr. Chun prescribed weak tea in San Francisco. November 1918. Patients despairing, refusing water, needing familiar comfort. Weak tea offering psychological anchor. Steep tea very briefly for minimal caffeine. Add generous honey. Serve warm. Encourage sipping throughout day for comfort. During despair, weak tea maintained will to live. Familiar ritual providing normalcy. Honey soothing throats. Warm liquid offering comfort medicine couldn't deliver. Pale amber liquid steaming with honey sweetness. Familiar taste meaning home and safety. Psychological comfort supporting physical healing. Chun's patients showed better morale. Weak tea protocol spreading through medical networks. Comfort drink supporting survival through psychological channel. Every cup carried message. Sometimes psychological matters as much as physical. Familiar comforts anchor during crisis. Survival sips remembered rituals. Number 18. Soda crackers soaked in broth. When nausea made eating torture, but starvation threatened, this combination trick taught desperate families how to deliver solid food to stomachs that would accept only liquid. Solid nutrition in liquid disguise. Soaked crackers delivered carbohydrates and salt in form that nauseated stomachs would accept. When nausea lasted days, threatening starvation, patients needed solid food but couldn't manage texture. Soaking technique, meaning nutrition despite nausea. Agnes Mueller soaked crackers for nauseated family. Oklahoma, December 1918. Children vomiting solids for 3 days. Soaked crackers staying down when dry ones wouldn't. Place soda crackers in bowl. Pour warm broth over crackers until very soft. Mash with fork. Spoon feed slowly. During nausea crisis, soaked crackers provided carbohydrates. Liquid form fooling stomachs into acceptance. Salt combating electrolyte loss. Patients receiving solid nutrition without solid texture. Mushy crackers and savory liquid. Soft consistency not triggering gag reflex. Carbohydrates accumulating toward recovery. Muller's children survived starvation threat. Soaking method spreading through nursing networks. Texture transformation enabling nutrition delivery. Every spoonful carried message. Sometimes solids must pretend to be liquid. Texture determines acceptance during nausea. Survival soaks toward softness. Number 19. Rice pudding thinned. When patients transitioned from liquid to solid food, This bridge food prevented the refeeding complications that killed survivors, just as they thought they'd beaten the virus. Recovery bridge food prevented refeeding syndrome. Thinned rice pudding offered gradual nutrition increase that didn't overwhelm systems recovering from starvation. When survivors died from eating too much too soon, medical personnel needed gradual refeeding protocol. Thinned pudding offering safe nutrition escalation. Dr. William Hayes graduated patients to rice pudding in Boston, December 19, 18. Several survivors dying after eating normal meals. Gradual approach preventing refeeding deaths. Cook rice very soft with extra milk. Add sugar, thin with more milk until soupy. Serve small portions. Gradually thicken over days. During recovery, thinned pudding prevented fatal refeeding. Gradual nutrition increase, allowing body to adjust. Sweet taste encouraging acceptance. Patients surviving the recovery that killed others. Creamy liquid barely qualifying as pudding. Sweet comfort in gentle form. Gradual thickening supporting system recovery. Hayes's graduated feeding saved survivors from refeeding death. Protocol spreading through medical networks. Thinned pudding protecting against final danger. Every spoonful carried message. Recovery requires patience as much as illness. Too much too soon kills after survival. Healing progresses through gradual nutrition. Number 20. Butter broth. When fat-soluble vitamins became deficient and bodies couldn't absorb what they desperately needed, this rich mixture delivered concentrated nutrients that bypassed damaged digestive systems. Fat delivery in liquid form. Butter broth provided essential fat-soluble vitamins when digestive systems couldn't process solid fats during recovery. When vitamin deficiency followed survival, patients needed fat-soluble vitamins but couldn't digest butter. Melted form bypassing digestive difficulties. Rose Palmer made butter broth in Kansas. January 1919. Husband recovering but showing vitamin deficiency. Melted butter providing what solid couldn't. Melt butter in hot broth. Stir until combined. Add salt and pepper. Serve warm, encouraging patient to drink immediately while fat remains suspended. During recovery, butter broth delivered essential vitamins A, D, E, K liquid form, bypassing digestive weakness. Rich calories rebuilding strength. Patients absorbing nutrition their systems couldn't otherwise process. Golden liquid shimmering with butterfat. Rich flavor indicating substantial nutrition. Vitamins flowing in absorbable form. Palmer's husband recovered fully, while others showed lasting deficiency. Butter broth spreading through recovery communities. Fat delivery supporting complete healing. Every sip carried message. Sometimes fat must become liquid. Vitamins require proper form for absorption. Survival drinks concentrated richness. Number 21. Warm milk with vanilla. When children refused to eat and parents had tried everything, this small addition transformed rejected milk into accepted nutrition, and the difference between refusal and acceptance was the difference between death and survival. Flavor transformation rescued refusing children. Vanilla extract made milk palatable when children's refusal threatened their survival during critical illness. When children refused food and drink, threatening their lives, parents desperately needed acceptance strategy. Vanilla offering psychological trick that worked. Mary Sullivan added vanilla to milk in Philadelphia, November 19, 18. 3 children refusing all liquids for 12 hours. Vanilla-scented milk finally accepted. Warm milk to comfortable temperature. Add few drops vanilla extract. Sweeten lightly if possible. Offer gently, making no demands. During refusal crisis, vanilla milk saved children from dehydration. Familiar scent triggering acceptance. Sweet flavor encouraging drinking. Children accepting what they'd previously refused. White liquid smelling like comfort. Vanilla scent meaning treats and normalcy. Psychological acceptance meaning physical survival. Sullivan's children drank after 12-hour refusal. Vanilla method spreading through desperate parents. Small addition meaning survival difference. Every sip carried message. Sometimes tiny change creates acceptance. Psychology determines physical survival. Children drink when treats appear in crisis. These 21 foods tell Spanish flu's real survival story, not story of medicine and hospitals. Story of desperate families creating nutrition from nothing when everyone was too sick to cook. Mothers mixed these foods while burning with fever. Fathers prepared these meals while barely conscious. Children survived because somebody kept feeding them one spoonful at a time. These recipes survived because they worked, because they required almost no energy to prepare, because they went down when nothing else would, because they kept hearts beating until immune systems could fight back. This isn't just pandemic history. This is human determination. When everything else fails, we still find ways to feed each other. That's love. That's survival. That's life continuing one gentle spoonful at a time. If these stories touched you, share this video. Subscribe to keep forgotten survival wisdom alive. Because some knowledge transcends medical advances. Some recipes save lives when medicine fails. Some spoonfuls carry more than nutrition. Pandemic feeding. Desperate innovation. Survival served gently to the dying.